Good evening. I'm Dr. Fred Rouse, the Real Money Doctor, and it's currently Monday, just a few minutes before 7 on April the 6th. Your daily routines promote stability and a sense of well-being. That's what's lacking right now in most people's lives right now. The stability and the sense of well-being. There's just so much going on, it's hard to try and figure out where we all fit in. And today in this episode, I'm going to try and reach out and see how some of these things help and affect how you get, protect, and enjoy your money, your life, and your retirement. Now, there's really no stability or sense of well-being when the president announces over 100,000 deaths will be a really good outcome because he was expecting the possibility of over 2 million deaths because of COVID-19. There's no stability or sense of well-being that you get when the vice president announces that we're closer to the Italian model where 12% of the affected population died than the South Korean model where basically 1.5% died. You really need to be living in some remote cave in the middle of nowhere, off in the mountains, never to be found anywhere, to not realize that COVID-19 is spreading quickly. It's not part of the fake news, it's just part of the news. Now, you have no sense of stability or sense of well-being when the cases in the United States right now are over 357,000. When right now, there's over 10,000 deaths, almost 11,000 right now, in just 3 months. Just 3 months. Where New York State has 131,000 cases of COVID right now. They have over 4,700 deaths right now. 3,400 of those are in New York City by itself. This is expected to peak this week in New York State. There's no sense of stability or well-being when New Jersey State has a number 2 spot with 41,000 cases diagnosed right now, confirmed cases of COVID diagnosed, and over 1,000 deaths. Their peak is expected about a week behind New York, so that's probably sometime next week. You don't have any sense of stability or control in your life when you get constant reports that doctors, nurses, respiratory therapists, EMTs, hospital staff, cops, and firefighters are all getting sick and dying of COVID, leaving fewer and fewer people to take care of you and your loved ones when something happens to you. It's hard to have a sense of stability in your life and well-being when the once most powerful and influential nation in the world can't provide simple, basic protective equipment to its frontline workers so that they can help save our own lives. It's been reported in the Washington Post that the U.S., I want to quote, the U.S. was beset by denial and dysfunction. It took 70 days from the initial notification for Trump to treat the COVID virus as a lethal force. That more than 2-month stretch now stands as the critical time that was squandered. That's not me. That's the Washington Post. This is not made up stuff. This is not my opinion. These are just the facts. Some people are uncomfortable with the facts. Okay, that's okay. Okay, some people like to deny them completely. They make a whole lot of nonsense saying that, they don't follow what's going on in the news, or they follow different news that has different facts. Well, the facts are the facts. Okay, some people think I'm picking on the president. I'm not. These are just the facts. Okay, he has blatantly shirked his duty to really protect this nation. He knew ahead of time. He ignored the Crimson Contagion simulation report that was done by his own administration back in October 2019. There still remains a major disconnect. At every White House briefing that you see, a major disconnect between what goes on in that briefing and what goes on in the front lines of the actual hospitals. In fact, he refuses to fully invoke the National Defense Production Act. In fact, state governors are basically left on their own trying to figure out how to handle a national crisis at the state level. They're still bidding between themselves and FEMA for basic life-supporting equipment. In fact, Massachusetts governor said he was being outbid by the federal government for coronavirus supplies, despite Trump telling the governors that to get it on their own. It's like having Pearl Harbor being attacked in World War II and telling New York State, well, you take care of it. The federal government's just here to back you up just in case. Or that clearly Hawaii should have been much more prepared for the attack and gotten their own ships and planes and taken care of it for themselves. It just makes no sense. You need a single, non-political military person with a serious logistical background, fully in charge of the supply chain, to get a coordinated federal response to this national problem. It's difficult, if not impossible, to have any sense of stability or well-being when facts and science are completely ignored and demonized by religious zealots and political cronies, or when the basic simple fixes like stay-at-home, social distancing, and wearing masks are considered optional. Okay? These are all things that cause the stock market to take a tumble. 30% hit on your retirement plan. Now they're up a little bit today, about 1,200 points or so. But we'll see what happens as more deaths start to roll in. The economy lost the 701,000 jobs last month, 6.6 million unemployment claims in just 1 week. We'll see what happens this week. This is all of gross incompetence, and it could easily extend well into May and June. You certainly have no sense of stability or well-being in your life when one Detroit bus driver complained 4 weeks ago because a woman was coughing on his bus without her mouth covered. Okay? He's trying to protect himself and his passengers. He's dead now from COVID. Or the naval officer, the captain of a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, Theodore Roosevelt, is removed from his command because he was sounding alarm about COVID on his ship, trying to protect his crew. He just tested positive for COVID. Lots of things are being done at the federal level, but a hamster can run for hours on that wheel and still get nothing accomplished. But it was very busy. We lost 70 days. The Washington Post said so. Others will confirm it in the coming weeks and months. The history for this is going to be ridiculous. When the history is written, they're going to show what happened. It's not going to look favorably on this administration. Federal relief payments are in process right now, and they may be getting some checks out direct deposit in the next couple of weeks. Some reports saying if they need to mail out a paper check, it could take several months. Yes, you can still take some tax-deferred money out of your accounts without penalties, but there's some conditions attached to that, but I'll post those. Okay. If you're unemployed, you know you've had a terrible time trying to get through the state unemployment lines and the phones and the websites, but you have to try and keep applying. Okay. They came out with the small business loans. Was approved a couple of days ago. Sounded great. And the president's on stage every day. He likes the stage. And he's very concerned with the ratings, and that's why he does those shows. He's concerned with the ratings. He forgets he's the president right now. He's no longer the reality TV person. Okay, he's the president. But he's more concerned with the ratings than what's actually happening on the ground. Those SBA loans that were approved, okay, to be processed, okay, the program was approved, okay, the regulations are out to the banks. The banks are swarmed with thousands and thousands of applications. Some banks stopped taking the applications. It's a big process. It's not an easy process to get through if you actually get your application into the bank and they accept it at all. And we still don't know if any money is going to go out or when it's going to go out, if it goes out at all. Now, if you're out of work and you don't have health insurance, okay, call your state to see what they can do for you, see what programs they happen to have. That may be your only lifeline. The Obamacare exchanges may or may not be open depending on what state. And what happens is the testing might be free. The treatment is not covered by the federal government or this stimulus package that just got put through last week before. Okay. You're still on the hook for that. If you've got co-pays for your insurance, and most everybody's got co-pays, you could be on the hook for as much as $20,000 to $30,000 of uncovered charges from the hospitals. stimulus packages out there, but be alert for the scams. Again, the IRS and the state will not email you asking you for information. They will not call you asking you for information. If you need to confirm your information, I'll provide a link in the YouTube channel with a website that you can go to the IRS. Okay, the scams are still running pretty big for supplies. Without a doubt, in the world, it's pretty ugly. People are still trying to sell masks for $30 and $40 a piece. Okay. There was news coverage on COVID. It's constant. It's 24/7. Okay. You need some stability and certainty in your life. It's difficult to get when you're constantly deluged by this amount of negative news. Take a break from the news. Take a break from the news. Okay. Sit down. Try and get some certainty in your life. Put your daily routines back into place. That's the thing that throws people off the most. They used to go to work, come home, eat dinner, watch TV, go to bed, get up the next day, go to work, and repeat the same cycle. That routine has been broken. When that daily routine is broken, your basic sense of well-being is shattered along with that routine. Try and get some daily routines back in your life. Without those daily routines, on top of the ridiculous news coverage that you're seeing 24/7, and you can't get matching lines from the president in his briefings and the doctors and nurses in the ER and ICUs. They're two totally different stories. Which one do you want to believe? It's certainly up to you. Up until the point where you're one of the ERs or one of the ICUs, then you believe something a little bit different. Now, if you want some sense of well-being, try and get some control over your life. It's normal to be frustrated and angry and scared right now. Lots of things are going on. Very little of this is under your control at this point in time. But what is under your control is how you react to things. And the problem that most people have is that they get overtly concerned with things that they can't control. You can't control what comes out of the president's mouth. You can't control what he tweets every day. Nor can you control what happens in the ERs and the ICUs. You can control what happens to you and how you react to those things. Now, there's a 40% chance that you're going to get COVID. Understand that. That's just a fact of life. There's also a 98% chance that if you get it, that you'll recover. Still in the U.S., it's not that bad. Okay, we still have basically 2%, a little over 2% death rate right now from confirmed cases, which with the number of confirmed cases is still not a happy situation. But if you do some basic things, okay, you should be pretty much okay. Again, that lack of control, that lack of daily routine throws you off considerably. Throws off your stomach, it throws off your head. Throws off your biorhythms. Okay, things are not happy. You don't feel right. You don't understand what's going on. You just don't feel right. Okay, and right now there's only a few basic things that you can actually be doing at this point in time. Put some daily routines back in your life. Try and keep some type of a schedule on a routine basis. Okay, you'll feel better once the certainty of that daily routine exists. Okay, plan your finances for the next 3 months. This is going to take a while. Rethink your plan A. Okay, plan A is what got you here. That job that you thought you had was going to last forever. Things happened. It may or may not actually come back. I don't know. But I do know that you need a plan B. You always need a plan B. Plan B is something that you can control. Plan B for most people is going to be a business that they can run on themselves, by themselves, without the need for an outside job. And at some point in time, that business could end up generating enough money to overtake your plan A job. And that's exactly what you want it to do. That puts you in a dramatic amount of control over your life, your finances, and your money. Now, if you go out, you need to wear a mask. It's simply that simple. It's not complex at all. Wear a mask. I did a video the other day. I posted it on YouTube. I'll have the YouTube link also when I post this video tomorrow. Okay, on how to make a mask. 2 minutes, make a mask. You've got no reason not to have one. It's very, very simple. If you go out, wear a mask. Nothing complicated like that. Now, the virus doesn't move by itself. It just doesn't. People move the virus. If people don't move, the virus stops moving. Stay at home. Stay at home whenever possible. Avoid family gatherings. Only go out for essential items. You have to go out for groceries occasionally and to the pharmacy. Routine hospital visits have pretty much been canceled. They don't want you anywhere near a hospital. If you go into a hospital right now, even for a routine visit, your chances of getting COVID rise dramatically. If you go out, you need to wear a mask. It's that simple. Don't change your behavior to avoid infection. Assume you're infected and change your behavior to avoid transmission. I'll post a link on how to COVID-proof your house. Very handy thing, really, really simple. You need some estate planning things done while you have the time. We talked about them before. Living will. Should something happen to you, you can go to the hospital, take a living will with you. You want extra copies of it. You want several copies of your living will. Because I guarantee you they're going to get lost in the shuffle. You want several copies of your living will. You want several copies of a durable power of attorney. You want several copies of your last will and testament. And you want somebody to be able to know, oh yeah, go to this one spot. You'll be able to get all my papers. You should have a book, a 3-ring binder someplace with all your papers that your significant other and someone else also knows that should something happen to you, here's a book with all my information. My doctor, my lawyer, my accountant, my tax returns, okay, other assets, where they're all located at, the account numbers. It's all at one spot, so they have one place to go. You can do that now when you have some time. Okay. When you do that, it puts certainty back into your life. It gives you control over what you can control. Okay. Gives you a sense of well-being, sense of serenity, which is exceptionally novel to be able to have in this period of time. Now, you have to be responsible with your own behavior. Most people are, which is really, really good. Okay. Check on your family, check on the elderly, check on, do video calls with these folks, FaceTime with them. They like to hear from you, like to see you. Okay. The nation is really coming together. Okay. In a time of uncertainty that we haven't seen in quite a while like this, the nation is coming together. The working class people, the ones that have been screwed for the last 30, 40 years or so with the ever-growing income inequality, they're the ones that are pulling this through right now. They're on the front lines. They're the ones that are going to get everybody else through it. Maybe they'll rethink how they think about the working class. I sort of doubt it, but there's always a possibility of that happening. Now, I know that each one of you is going to do your part. Okay? You've been doing your part already. Okay? You're going to have some bad days. Okay? If you're in New York, your bad days are just starting. If you're in New Jersey, they're going to pick up next week. Other states are going to follow in tandem at some point in time. I don't know when, but they will follow. Okay? Just have some time. Wait. Okay? It's going to happen. Okay? Good days will follow. They always follow. But there's some bad days ahead, and we have to acknowledge that. They're going to be there. But you will get through them when you control the things you can control, when you have a sense of serenity about you, a sense of well-being. These are important things. Okay? Keep your daily routines as much as is humanly possible. That's why I do this show at night, every 7 o'clock at night. Okay? I'm here. Just so you know, I'm here for you at 7 o'clock at night. I'm here doing this show for you. Know that it's going to be there. You may or may not agree with everything I have to say. That's okay. But I'm here for you. If you got questions, email me. Okay? Private message me. I'll get to your questions as we can. I'll try and incorporate them into the show. If you've got small kids, Dr. Terry does her bedtime books at 7:30, which is a few minutes from now. Okay? Every day, I've got new and interesting links on my YouTube channel, The Real Money Doctor. Just go on YouTube, type in The Real Money Doctor. My channel will come up, and this video is going to be posted tomorrow. It'll have links in there to some of the things we discussed. Links for your living will, links for durable power of attorney and a will itself. It'll have links on how to make the mask. Okay, and it'll also have a little extra something, a little present I put in there every day, something different that I think you might enjoy. So again, I'm Dr. Fred Rouse, the Real Money Doctor. I'm here to help you get protect, and enjoy your money, your life, and your retirement. I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow at 7 o'clock, and I appreciate you being here today. Thank you.